Hey guys, it's Bronny Keem here, and today we are back with another Last of Us review. This episode 4, was way better than the trash we had last week. So yeah, let's get on with the episode, shall we? So, anyways, we get the HBO static thing, and then the usual. We get the intro with the fungus and everything. And I don't really talk about the intro, but I like how the fungus kind of makes these buildings, which is very important to Last of Us, with skyscrapers and stuff in society. And I love how the fungus makes a map of the US. That's one of the most awesome things about the intro. Like, they did such a great job on this intro. I love it. Just the fungus and everything. Like seriously. It's so good. I love it. Oh, man. And then, I think I mentioned it before, but yeah, you have the Joel and Ellie kind of being made in the fungus, like these little pieces of them, of the fungus. And then, we have the Last of Us, intro, which is just so good, not to mention the music that's playing. So we pick up after last episode, except Ellie's in a gas station. She's looking through a mirror. And she is using the gun that she got back from Bill and Frank's. She's keeping it hidden from Joel. And, she's kind of playing with it, kind of just like testing her aim and stuff. And, she's just kind of fooling around with the gun in the bathroom and keeping the gun hidden and stuff. And then we see her come out and, Joel is, trying to get some more gas and stuff. They kind of acknowledge how, like, gasoline does go bad, but still 20 years in the apocalypse, I'm pretty sure it would all be gone. Wouldn't it all evaporate? I don't know. That's one of the plot holes with Last of Us. But other than that, it's like, yeah, they're still explaining stuff. And Joel doesn't really understand how siphoning, he can't explain siphoning, but he knows how to do it, kind of thing, which is funny. And then we get Ellie with her joke book. Now, this surprised me. I did not think they were going to do it. So this was a cool twist from the game that they adapted. And anyways, we have Ellie looking around and she hears Joel mention a tank and she's like, I want to see a tank and stuff. And this is cool. This is stuff that Ellie hasn't seen probably, but she's probably heard of it. Things from before the world fell. And she gives Joel a tape, some music and stuff to listen to, just like the game. And just like the game, we get the dirty magazine scene. I love this. Joel's like, what is that? And Ellie's like, this book is light on the reading, but it's got some interesting photos. I love this. This is what they should have done in episode 3. And I love how Joel's like, this is not for kids, Ellie, and put it back. And I love Ellie's reaction. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I will admit, the actress did a great job here. I just love it that she's looking at this magazine and it's just, she's not supposed to. It's just funny, just like the game. I have to give it to Bella. She did really good in this scene. And it was just such a funny scene. And then she throws the magazine out of the window, which is what we should all do to dirty magazines, because they are sinful. Yes. Anyways, we get Joel and Ellie driving around the countryside, and we see some, cows. We see some buffaloes, buffalo specifically, which was cool. I'm surprised no one wants to take them. That's interesting. And then, we see a roller coaster too. It's just, this is what I love about The Last of Us. They make the world feel so real. I wish that The Walking Dead stopped having just characters in the woods and stuff, the zombie apocalypse looks too clean in The Walking Dead, but in The Last of Us, man, I love how it's so green, destroyed things, so much discarded stuff. I just love it. Like the way they do, they showed a sign from Arby's and a gas station. Like, they make the world feel so realistic. I just love it. They're just driving down, this road for miles and miles, and it just feels so real. And then you see a bunch of Humvees and tanks, and Ellie kind of notices it too, but she's not exactly excited to see them. So she's probably thinking of like, wow, those things are indestructible and still the dead one, like kind of crazy, So after that, we have Joel stopping for the night. It's kind of dusk, and he says we're gonna stop, and they set up camp. He actually goes pretty far in the woods, which is kind of surprising. I don't know why he went this far out. I guess so no one would hear the truck and all that. But anyway, he sets up camp, and Ellie and him set up camp in the woods, and he's making Ellie 20-year-old Chef Boyardee ravioli, which is kind of funny. I love how they mention it's 20 years old and they're still eating it, which is just kind of crazy. It's like, wow, is this stuff still good? Like, seriously, it's stuff they took from Bill's. So yeah, Joel kind of warns Ellie about raiders. He mentions they have to be careful because there's people, not infected, but people to worry about. And then it's nighttime, so we get them camping out. I'm not sure why they're not going to try and sleep in the car or on the car. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but just a small nitpick. So we have Ellie asking Joel questions, but once again, she just pulls out the joke book and just gives Joel jokes and stuff. And Joel can't really sleep, or at least he wakes up in the night and he takes watch or whatever. And then it's morning, and we see that something is cooking on the heater, whatever. But Ellie does not like it. We find out that it's coffee, which is very interesting. She says it smells like crap, so it's kind of funny. I love it because like this was a tie-in to the games. And Ellie even mentions Starbucks. She mentions like, yeah, I saw people at the QZ Starbucks and all that, like coffee and stuff, and but she mentions how it smells bad, and like Joel just keeps drinking it, which is just kind of funny. I just love it. It's a cool tie-in from the game. And Ellie asks a good question, like, do you really think there's hope out there? Why bother? And Joel mentions how he needs to find his brother, save him and keep him safe, that kind of thing. That's why he keeps going. And then we get this funny scene where Ellie falls asleep in the car, so that was funny. We have Joel and Ellie getting to Kansas City. So they're still trying to make it to Wyoming and see Tommy, and they get stopped on the road. There's just sadly no way they can pass it. It's just too blocked off, sadly, and they have to go around. It's gonna take another day or so yeah, it's not great. So they go around, and man, they make it look so good. I love this, man. The visuals, man. Last of Us has such good visuals. And then they come across a guy in the random street who's asking for help, and just like in the game, Joel knows that it's a trap. They run through him, and someone drops a cinder block on them, and then someone spikes their tires, and boom, they crash the truck. Just like in the game, they crush the truck into a laundromat or this place. I think it was a store in the game, but it's okay change. So they get out of the car, and Joel tells Ellie to hide in the hole in the wall while he takes care of the shooters. And Joel is taking care of the shooters. He kills one of them, which is interesting, actually. I think he takes both of them out, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's one thing, definitely. Also, they took out the scene where Joel kills a guy by shoving his neck in glass. They took that from the game out. Kind of wish they did that. So Ellie's hiding, she's kind of scared. And a random young guy pops out from the door, and him and Joel fight. Now, this was surprising because here we see that Joel is not that strong. This is one thing that's kind of surprising. Like, Joel is not physically strong. He gets pinned down, but Ellie comes to save him. She takes the gun that she hid from Joel, and she takes it, aims at the guy's back, and she shoots him. We don't really see it though. We see her face when she shoots him, but the guy is actually just a kid, like a young guy, and he's crying, and he apologizes for attacking them, and he kind of begs them to let him go, kind of thing. And this moment, I got kind of sad because he's mentioning his mom, and you kind of think he might be lying, but then he's really calling out to her. So I'm like, oh wow, like I don't think he's lying, Joel. He even gives Joel his knife. That's all he had on him left, and I got kind of sad. He begs them for help, like not to kill him, just to leave him, and Joel kills him. And Ellie is kind of just like, kind of sick a little bit because it was just kind of a dark scene. And yeah, same Ellie. And so yeah, then we have Joel and Ellie hiding from the Marauders. They have vehicles just like in the game. So they took those vehicles from Thetra, and here we have a scene where this new character, Kathleen, she's trying to find out where Henry and some other people are from this guy. This old guy, he kind of looks like a Gregory character, but he doesn't look too cowardly. I don't know. So she says that the Thetra beat her brother to death in the cell, and she mentions how he sold them out and other people, their neighbors. So, like, I guess this guy's a traitor, but then is he? Because I don't know these characters, so I kind of didn't know whose side to root for. Also, it appears that Kathleen is the leader of the Marauders, which I kind of disagree with. I'm sorry, but I heavily disagree with this. She does not seem like a leader character, but I do like they're fleshing out this group more. So, we have the characters. They find Brian, the guy that Joel killed. He's dead and all that. And, people are kind of upset. They're angry. They think it might be Henry or outsiders, So they're being attacked. They're being invaded. And, Kathleen kind of... she asked one of her guys, and apparently I found out this is the voice actor for Tommy in the video games, which is interesting. I didn't quite catch it. Also, this guy looks like he should be the leader, not Kathleen. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. So then Kathleen goes back in the cells, and then she executes the guy that was in the cell. And I'm just like, what is going on? I don't understand this. So then we see the vehicles driving up, and it's like, oh my goodness, all these people are going after Joel and Ellie to find them and all this, like, because they're looking for Henry and Sam, which is actually a cool twist in the episode. Like, I don't know if they were a member of their group or whatever. We see this truck with this the thing that says run, the metal thing that can like break through stuff. That's pretty cool. We have people in SWAT things. They're just looking for Henry and Sam, I guess, and Joel and Ellie, like this whole thing. I guess they have the whole city. And yeah, Joel and Ellie are kind of hiding, in a random shop. they're trying to hide, and not be found, which is really interesting. This is kind of a big change from the games, because in the games there was infected and stuff, and yeah, there wasn't really any infected in this episode. So Joel is just kind of contemplating what to do, what they should do, because they left the truck behind, and he kind of apologizes to Ellie and mentions how, he should have been able to take that guy, and he mentions how she shouldn't have had to shoot him. She didn't kill him, but she still shot him, so she is kind of partially responsible for his death. And Joel even asks her about killing, and he says that you're a kid, you shouldn't do that. And Ellie's like, it wasn't my first time. So I'm guessing she's talking about Riley. So then after that, we have Joel giving Ellie back her gun, and she kind of begins to trust her more with it. So then we see the guy that voices Tommy, who should be the leader. He talks to Kathleen and mentions some things, and he shows Kathleen this attic where it turns out that Henry has been keeping his brother Sam hidden in here. We see a bunch of cardboard with superhero drawings on it, so it was drawn by Sam. And we see a bunch of food lying around, and 90% of this is corn. So I'm like, oh my goodness, Sam loves corn. Like, good twist. So we see these two brothers, superhero brothers, like, in the sky. That was drawn by Sam, so it's pretty clear. And then we have Tommy's voice actor, and then showing Kathleen something else. And we see this weird crater in the ground, and it starts moving, it starts making noise like there's a monster down there. And I think it's a bloater, guys. I think we're finally going to see a bloater. It starts cracking. Kathleen gets scared. She says the F word. So I definitely think we're getting a bloater next episode, guys. This is big. And Tommy's voice actor even says, like, should we tell the group? When do we tell them? And she's like, we're not going to tell them now, which is a bad idea. Kathleen should really tell their people. But she says that we have too much to deal with right now. So, it's just kind of crazy. Like, I hope we see a bloater, because one negative I do have with The Last of Us is they haven't really been giving us enough infected. They have been doing a great job with scale and survival stuff, like when it comes to food and supplies. They've been doing pretty good with that, with lore wise, but as far as like infected, they haven't done the best. So Joel and Ellie go into a garage, and they decide to stay for the night. It's dark, and they come across this giant stairwell in the stair place. So they go upstairs. It's like 45 floors, so they have a big climb to do. And Joel kind of mentions to Ellie, kind of asks how he knew it was a trap, and Joel kind of mentions he was on both sides, just like in the game. And Ellie's just like, whoa, wait, did you kill innocent people? Like, did you rob people, this and that? Because that would kind of change how Ellie views Joel. Instead of being a decent guy, to like, oh wow, you're a murderer. Joel is tired. She tells him to get up, and we see them sleeping for the night. They're sleeping on some couch cushions. And Joel is like moving glass everywhere. He's just kind of spreading it so that anyone steps on it, so that they can be woken up if someone tries to sneak up on them, which is pretty smart. And so they go to sleep, and Ellie once again, she she tries her jokes. She tries to act. It's funny. First you think it's serious, like it was kind of serious, and then she's just like, oh, like I have another joke. And it was a diarrhea joke with jeans and pants, and I don't know, it was kind of funny. I didn't think it was like too funny. I thought it was kind of clever. And then Joel actually kind of laughs a bit, and she's like, hey, I got you to laugh and stuff. I will say one thing this episode did a good job on. I do like the chemistry between Pedro Pascal, Joel, and Ellie. Bella. They're doing a lot better with it, and I do like it. So Joel is sleeping. It's like someone in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden Ellie screams for Joel, and Joel wakes up. And oh boy, I kind of knew this might happen. And now we see Henry, who's aiming a gun at Ellie. So somehow they found Ellie and Joel, and Joel looks, and now he sees Sam holding a gun on him. I'm not sure. Sam looks like he's 8 years old or something, so he looks like he's younger than in the games. In the games he's 13, but here it looks like he's 8, and he's got some red face paint on him, like a mask. And then he like puts his finger over his lip, and he's like shh kind of thing. Kind of like a whisper thing. But so what do I think about this episode? Well, like I said, guys, this was a really good episode. This was like episode 1, 2 level, like good. Episode 4, like this was a come back to greatness kind of episode with The Last of Us, because you guys know I hated episode 3. It was complete trash. They should not have done what they did in that episode, like so much of what they did. But yeah, this was a great episode, guys. And also, it's crazy. This is the 4th episode. We only have 5 more to go. So if you think about it, we're kind of halfway done with the show. Not with the show, I guess, but like the season already. So it's kind of crazy, guys. I'm really enjoying the Last of Us, HBO version, because I'm liking the chemistry between the characters, and I'm loving the visuals. I'm loving some of the survival stuff. I'm loving the lore building. They're kind of more fleshing out groups and their backstories, and Fetra, like, okay, this happened in this quarantine zone. This happened in this. Like, they're kind of doing that. But like I said, there's some cons. One is they're not using the infected enough, and there's still some action moments. Action's not the best in this. Action is definitely not one of the best things about, the HBO Last of Us. Like, I definitely think that we need more action, and we might get it, but yeah. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked this episode. I hope you guys will come back for the episode 5 review. And until then, guys, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you all next time. Take care. Bye.